Water is literally everywhere. It's all around us, in the solar system and other planets. It's even in interesting objects. But the thing about water is there has to be a cycle, and with that you get something called the water cycle. Now this video is going to be divided into multiple parts. We're going to have some subjects, obviously, the water cycle, uses of water, flooding, aquifers, and water pollution. Now the water cycle is made out of 7 total parts. Those parts being precipitation, collection, infiltration, runoff, evaporation, transpiration, and condensation. Now precipitation is where water falls from the sky as rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Collection is where water gathers in bodies such as rivers, lakes, oceans, or glaciers. Infiltration, water absorbs into the ground, replenishing underground aquifers. Runoff, excess water flows over the Earth's surface and into larger bodies of water. Evaporation, which is sunlight heats the water, turning into vapor and rising into the air. And the last two, transpiration, plants release moisture in the air with their leaves. And condensation, water vapor cools and forms clouds, restarting the cycle. Now personally, I'm not the type of guy who's very excited about the water cycle, because personally, if it just rains, it rains. There's not a lot about it, but in general, it's good to know and it's important information. Let's go to the next part. Now there's a lot of different uses of water. Some are more obviously known than others, like drinking, cooking, and cleaning. Some are more unique, like irrigation for crops and stuff like that, but mostly agriculture in that area. Some are industrial use, manufacturing, cooling systems for multiple different machines, and processing in industries like paper, steel, and chemicals. But in general, there is a lot of different uses. Last but not least, water pollution. Now another reason why that water pollution is bad is that actually it threatens aquatic life. Problem is, once you have all this wastewater going to these sea life homes and whatnot, it destroys them and also kills the animals very easily because it's practically them inhaling poison. Also, it obviously disrupts the ecosystem. Like I just said, healthy ecosystems rely on clean water to maintain balance. And polluted water can alter food chains, disrupt breeding cycles, and weaken biodiversity. Another reason why it's bad. Also, it can also harm human health if you don't think about it. Let's say you have a large body of water and it's polluted. Well, if some person drinks it, they're obviously going to become sick from it. Or they're just stupid. Now, last but not least, it can damage the agriculture and food supply. Now water is a key thing for survival, and food is also. Now let's say you throw those both out of the window, now it results in everyone dying, and dying is not fun. But anyways, that's my portion of my final. The next half of this video is going to be sent to my friend Zach, who's going to be explaining the 2 other subjects that I didn't cover.
Flooding is a phenomenon where typically dry land gets flooded with water. This can happen due to a variety of reasons, but it most commonly occurs with torrential rainfall. Flooding can be deadly because of flash flooding. Flash flooding is when an area floods relatively quickly with water. If one of these areas happens to have people living in them, it becomes deadly, and typically a flash flood warning will be issued by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, also known as just NOAA, warning people about the flooding threat and telling them what to do. Flooding mainly happens in low-lying areas like valleys, under bridges, and in drainage areas or pathways. Aquifers are basically large underground storage units that store water. A lot of cities rely on these for water because they don't get the same plumbing that more urban areas get. These aquifers vary in size. The largest one, the Great Artesian Basin, covers a huge area of 1.7 million square kilometers. And the smallest one, like my chicken. I have a very small chicken. I will put it up here in the background. The Okanagan Usoyos, I will put that in the background. I don't know how to say that properly. Aquifer covers an area of just 25 square kilometers. Water enters aquifers by going through the ground, which is also known as percolation, and goes all the way down into the aquifer through the ground. The water is also naturally cleaned on its way down because it runs through a lot of sediments like the rock and the dirt and the sand, and that will basically just clean it little by little on its way down. But there is one thing that could permanently destroy an aquifer, and that is pollution. There have been incidents in the past where nuclear waste has seeped into the ground and contaminated the water, and that renders the entire aquifer inoperable, meaning that you can basically take out an entire city's supply of water just by dumping some nuclear waste in it.